Shalom, shalom. I can't really I can't really see if the sound is clear. But shalom to those that's gonna be coming on live later. Shalom to those that's about to hop on in a few seconds or a few minutes. But while the people who's gonna be coming on live, first and foremost, I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to the one true power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word, Lord willing that they continue to endure and be sincere in the same Spirit and in sound doctrine. Shalom to the Akwatiyam, believers of His faith and His truth. Lord willing you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, your most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. So I don't know if the sound is clear. Can't check on my other phone. But Lord willing, the sound is clear. Lord willing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, okay, the water left. Okay, this lesson is inspired by some shabba dabba ding dong I was hearing at work. This lesson actually came through the Spirit, I truly believe, because it just came intentionally. You know, I didn't know what I was going to go into. I had my mind on Yahushai or some prophecy or a chapter. But then, you know, got done reading, a few chapters. And this was like the last thing I was reading. So after I did my little videos, what lesson am I going to go into? And I still can't get what these brothers said, which I got that video gonna upload a little later, maybe after this live. So you see the title, of course, directed towards men and those that's watching. If we got to take it serious when it comes to teaching, you should be taking it serious when it comes to watching. If you're listening, it doesn't matter if this is a lesson directly towards men, it's towards men. If it's directed towards women, no matter if it's good or bad, you should be listening. Take it serious, right? If it's dealing with prophecies, parables, when it comes to your faith, you should be taking it serious. Now, when it comes to men and women, our faith is different. Our belief is a little more different, right? Because the Lord is working with the men, dealing with the men. A lot of women, mostly a lot of women in this faith and out this faith, is not moved to go in the scriptures like a puzzle, getting every breakdown, going through it, let alone teaching these to the children, going back to the basics, going back to Genesis 1:1. What God is that? Going into the reincarnation. Y'all wasn't built up through the Spirit to do that. That was not on y'all program. And since we're so defiled, our nation, Jake has a hard time taking order. Jake have a hard time listening, So again, this lesson is about if we're preaching the word, we must take this seriously. And I'm using vice versa, because if I'm saying that we should take this teaching seriously, this is even towards me. And on another case, we should be taking the ministry seriously, like learning. Like I just heard last night, a brother that was in this truth for 20 years just left the truth. Right? Doesn't matter if I've been here for 8, 9, however long brother's been here. You got to take this serious every day, right? You got to grow and know that this is a life and death situation, right? You should be able to see when somebody is in the world, to know the mindset, how they moving, that it could be you. So you want to have the fear of the Lord to ask, just like David. Now, before we hop into the main point of the lesson, just because I said that, let's get this scripture real quick. David, he was on point when he said this, even though he went and committed adultery. This is Psalms 51 in verse 9. It says, "Hide thy face from my sins and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O power, and renew a right spirit within me." Now, if I'm teaching, that brother teaching, that brother, and hey, and if you watching, you learning, I'm learning, right? We want the Lord to create a new spirit in us, right? Because the spirit is not just enjoying every day in this world. The spirit is not trying to be niggas, right? The spirit is not like a woman trying to be seen by everybody in the dang world, right? Us being in the spirit, we're going to have conversations of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We're going to be thinking about Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Shoot, you might be crying. You might be, like today, my brother said at work, man, bro, you was looking mad, man. What's wrong, man? What's good with you, man? I'm spiritually angry. Hearing certain words, what I'm meditating on, but my face expression just made that, you know? And sometimes I'm thinking about the word as soon as I get up. And I probably was sleeping thinking about going to a damn circus. I could have been thinking about a woman's kneecap. But as soon as I wake up, how about you, my little man, this captivity again? Or I got to go to work. I see what my brother's going through. My mind is already ready. It's already getting in there, right? You want that spirit, man. You want the spirit of the Lord to be on you. However much you want it on, you should be asking Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Right? The presence of the Lord is even more. Don't take me away from my brothers, because I know that the Lord is dealing with these brothers. That's just my observation from what I'm able to see with my spiritual eyes. Right? If he take me away from my brothers, and I'm more around these foes and these fools, and it's not no feeding, no correction, no building, no sharpening, I'm going to become dull. Just like what the elder said. He said, if you got brothers that's around you, y'all should be testing one another, asking certain questions that you might already know. Hey, bring up, drop verses. You know, you want the spirit of the Lord to always be flowing, especially in the midst of people that say they of the faith, right? He said, "Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit," right? Of course, we need the Lord to restore us, but this goes back to this, right? When you preaching his word, take this serious, because why? You're restoring the light back into somebody. You know, when your light bulb keep flickering, or if it's a dead light bulb, and then you like, you know what, let me unscrew it. But then while you unscrewing it, you see the light flickering. You know, Jake, sometimes we, like the video game, you take the cartridge out and you blow it, and then it start to work, right? We got to restore one another, man. That's what this preaching is about. Teaching his word, right? The prophecies, the parables, the dark sayings, the law, right? Speaking about faith. Oh, man, y'all speak more about faith than the law. Duh. What's the point of Yahweh Shai? We got to speak about Yahweh Shai, right? You gotta exhaust Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by his name, by teaching him, by bringing him up, you know? Because look, the earth, this whole earth don't know nothing about Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And when Yahushai return, is it gonna be faith in the earth? Only by the elect it is, right? You gotta be sure what you know you signed up for. Like I just seen Jay-Z, it's multiple things. Jay-Z said that this girl, she can't have no interviews. She can't do nothing without them knowing. Then, what else was it? Dang, it was something else. Oh, Jay-Z said, even though, who cares about that name? He said in Rock Nation, nobody can say Jesus. You can't speak nothing about the Bible, nothing about Jesus. And so what do most celebrities do? They say God. Right? You have to know how serious this is, man. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read 2 Timothy, the 4th chapter, verse 1-8 in the KJV. Then we're going to read it in the NLT. And we're going to get a few precepts and dissect it. Right? So this is 2 Peter chapter 4, verse 1 in the KJV. I charge thee therefore before the Most High and the Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach. This is Paul speaking to Timothy. Who shall judge the quick and the dead? Right? Quick is alive. The dead is those that are spiritually dead at his appearing in his kingdom. Preach the word. Be instant in season, out of season. Right? It could be winter. It could be spring. It could be summer. You want to be instant in season, out of season. You want to always have a reason to bring up Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? It's either you going to the highways and byways, you at the park doing a sit down, you in a car doing a car lesson, or you at your dinner table, or you in your room, or you in your music studio, or shoot, you in the bathroom, right? You should always have a spirit to be instant, in season, out of season, right? Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine, right? Because this is what it consists of. The doctrine of the Lord is a wholesome thing. You're going to be teaching about long suffering. You're going to be rebuking brothers that could be moving or women moving wrong or speaking or teaching wrong that don't pertain to the scriptures, right? It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust they shall heap to themselves teachers having itchy ears. I'm adding in my prayers, and it's crazy. Yesterday, and for the past few days, I've been saying, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, please reveal false teachers and continue to reveal the true teachers. Please continue to reveal Esau. As soon as I go to work, I'm chilling, I'm dealing, right? Doing my business at work. Then I see this video about Deacon and them, but it was a few days ago before they did it though. But I'm just now seeing it. And these men is saying that ain't no such thing as immortality. Eternal life is a lie. We're gonna be in the kingdom, in heaven, and we're gonna die and come back, because the earth is gonna be too overcrowded, and anybody that's teaching what is only one camp teaching that we're not gonna be going to other planets. And anybody teaching that, you should take their children from them. I'm teaching that. You know what I'm saying? Then I start saying, like, y'all brothers really don't got the spirit of the Lord. And that goes back to the lesson, another lesson I'm doing, 2 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, verse 4 and 6. Because of Yahushai, now we're able to have the Rakak Wadash, man. And the Rakak Wadash is going to give us all remembrance of things that we need to know. Things that the Lord had put in these scriptures, right? But guess what? Jake is going to have itchy ears. They're going to be listening to this person, that person, this person. I'm confused. He said this, but you're saying that. Hey, the spirit should you should be flowing to one direction. Now, sometimes the Lord can move you to the correct place, but if you keep following some degenerates, next one you know, they keep coming up with something new. You're going to have to evaluate yourself and think, man, is these the ones I should be following? Right? So again, it says that, but after their own lust, they shall heap to themselves teachers having itchy ears. You telling me we trying to work hard for Yahweh Shema Shai and for the elect to feed his servants, that we already dying on this side, that we gonna get in the kingdom and keep dying? Come on, man. Then you got other ones saying the chariots is not real. Then you got other ones saying you don't gotta teach in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But once upon a time, like Shrek, once upon a time, they were saying Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know? It's a whole lot, man. It's a whole lot that people is coming out their mouth. And guess what? It's all the Lord's doing. So who's going to be instant in season and out of season when people is calling you all these names? The elder apostle been in this thing, Apostle Tahar, for 40 years. Imagine all the things that he's seen, brothers mighty in the scriptures. No, this precept, that precept, and then fall right out. Tumble. Right? It says, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned into fables, fiction, but which thou in all things endured affliction, do the work of an evangelist, right? Going out to the highways and byways, going out to the streets and teaching the word. Make full proof of thy ministry, for I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith, right? And hey, when we look at all the way from all the persecution Paul got, especially getting stoned to death, and then through the spirit went to the spirit world, then came back, and then later on get beheaded. He finished his course on that side, but since reincarnation, regeneration is real, he came back, and he's back in his lot again. It says, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which Yahweh Shem Shai, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing, which is the elect. And the elect is watching and loving his appearing now when it comes to the instant and out of season teaching. Because people really think that the men of the Lord is not, Yahushua is not speaking through them. Because in St. John, he says, the sheep know my voice. Guess what? The men of the Lord is going to be bringing forth sound doctrine, 100% truth of what the Lord gave them in these scriptures. And they're going to be teaching. And them sheep going to be like, yo, this is it. You know, they're going to be following that way because they can see, they can feel the spirit of Yahushua on that man. Right? And it's not, I'm not following Apostle Tahar because, oh, he know boxing, or because he's just a regular man, or back in the day, I always chilled around OGs and elders. No, it's about the spirit he's dealing with, man. This man is always teaching, always bringing forth edification. Then he get on your butt and tell, yo, even if you're not in his camp, yo, you should be teaching. You should be feeding the sheep. Hey, you should be sharpening your sword. You should always go back over the breakdowns. If we here for another 5 years, you think you're going to come up with something new? This still going to be here. We here for another 10 years. This is still going to be here. We going to be here for another 20 years. This is going to still be here. Still be instant in season and out of season. What we learning today is that we should be preaching the word in season and out of season. So now let's hurry up and read. Let me just get these 3 precepts, and then I'm gonna read that in the NLT. Let's get Acts 10 and 42. And this is the time of Peter preaching to Cornelius and the other Gentiles. What was the point we wanted? I want 42, and I'll start at 39. This is Acts chapter 10 in verse 39. 42 is the point. You know what? I'll even read the 44 just for that last point. It says, and we are witnesses of all things which he did both in the land of the Jews and Jerusalem, whom they slew and hanged on a tree. Him the Most High raised up the 3rd day, and showed him openly, not to all the people, but unto witnesses chosen before of the Most High. See, all people did not understand Yahushua. All people could not understand Yahushua rose. Yo, for 40 days when Yahushua, rose, and he was still on the earth for 40 days, he only revealed himself only to those that believe, right? Those that were chosen before the Most High. It says, even to us, who did eat and drink with him after he rose from the dead, and he commanded us to preach unto the people, right? And through the Spirit, we're Israelites. If you got the ability to teach, through the Spirit, when you read these things, you are commanded to teach. You can be like, man, I'm not commanded. How? Paul said he was compelled to teach the gospel. How? When you look up compelled, it means he was forced. How was he forced? Through the Spirit. Man's going to the Lord. I can't stop this, man. I worked 12 hours today. From 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Yarmayan, he's doing lessons before work, at work, and then when he leave work. What is moving him? What is moving him to do that? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? The wisdom The wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai is not with the living. It's with Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? The living, really, when you look at it, is really the dead. Wisdom is not with the dead. But in another case, because the verse say the wisdom is not with the living, wisdom, the heavenly wisdom is not of earth. It's not on earth with any man. But in the spiritual aspect, it is through the elect. Because Solomon, I'll keep bringing it out, Wisdom of Solomon 9:6, without thy wisdom we have regarded nothing. Yahweh, what did they used to say? Prayers go up and blessings go down. The Lord has to pour that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding down upon you. Right? I forgot what verse it is, but it's pure water spewing out of the throne of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that's doctrine. That's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And all that pure water is pouring on the men, the true men that are taking this seriously. Right? So he said, and he commanded us to preach unto the people. This was Yahushai. And to testify that it is he which was ordained of the Most High to be the judge of the quick and the dead. And what did he tell Peter before he left? St. John 21:15 down to 17? Feed my sheep, feed my flock. He had to tell him 3 times. And that's symbolic because Jake, we stubborn, right? It says, to him give all the prophets witness that through his name, what's his name? Yahushai. And Yahushai came in the name of Yahweh. So now we say Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and Ba'ashem the Rakak Wadash, which is the Holy Spirit. Whosoever believe in him shall receive remission of sin. What does that mean? Forgiveness of sins. While Peter yet spoke these words, the Rakak Wadash fell on all them which heard the word. And they of the circumcision which believed were astonished, as many as came with Peter, because that on the Gentiles also was poured out the gift of the Rakak Wadash, right? Because we know some of the Jews, right, the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, some of them got the Rakak Wadash was put on them because they believe. So even the Gentiles, they believe. On this side, you think that stopped? No. I believe just a little myself. I'm still nothing. I am a filthy rag. I'm that rag you got hanging up in your bathroom, right? I'm nothing. But I know that how this wisdom and knowledge just been in my mind, having me grow. I'm taking the interest. I know this, and I'm still growing. Only the Rakak Wadash can do that. Move me, want me to learn. I wasn't a person that wanted to read. I wasn't a person that was reading it or going in the book. No. I was failing classes in school, man. This is me being honest. You know? So, Jesus did it, man. I went, man. Jesus ain't make me do nothing. It was Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because now I'm believing beyond a fairy tale. I'm believing beyond what this world can even give me. Right? You got to have a heavenly spirit to even even feed me wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Because just like the Apostle Tower said, I can I can see bullshit a mile away. And most of the time, if I can't see it, I can hit my brother up on speed dial and be like, yo, this brother just said this. And even if me not saying I agree, my brother could be like, oh, hell no, that person bugging. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is giving those that believe the discernment to know what's true and what's not true. Right? Because the Lord sent the right teachers in front of me. Romans, the 10th chapter, verse 14 to 18. And by faith come by hearing the word. You know, most people go in this word and they take you all the way around Shabba Dabba Ding Dong. This is Titus 1:13. It says, this witness is true. Wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith. Right? And what do all brothers do in this faith? They rebuke people that are not of the faith, Christians. Hey, yo, sister, yeah, let me talk to you about the Lord. As soon as she don't want to hear it, where your pants at? You damn demon. I was that type of person. Now, instead of being carnal, being so shaken in the hands, now I'm having patience with Jake because I know it's only for the elect. I'm not about to shake my hand at every person. I'm not about to do the Asher. Hey, yo, brother. Hey, yo, sis. Hey, yo, little kids. Come hear this word. Nah. if you are of the Lord, if I have to be instant in season about teaching, you're gonna be instant in season and out of season to hear the word. Like, I'm sitting in the car reading. I said, look, I know I'm hard on my household, especially my kids, because I want to be around people that show that they believe. Now, my kids, of course, they be in la la land. I don't want my kids to do something just because they afraid of me. No, you got to do it because you believe in the Lord. And then the more I heard the apostles last night, this is really about the men, because you can tell if somebody truly believe. Instead of talking about it, they gonna be about it. I'm like, yo, whoa, hold on. Yahweh Shemashai, make me be about it. What your conversations like? What your thought like? Right? Like the one brother, like the brother Yamayan told me last night, I wasn't even thinking this. He said, because I'm always having a deep thought, right? He was like, if you're not getting afflicted, don't think because you're not getting afflicted like me that the Lord not dealing with you. And I wasn't thinking that. Like, I always want to get chastised just to know, to humble myself. You want to be humble, because I listen to men that's teaching, you know, and I'm talking about brothers in Great Millstone from Apostle Tahar. So when they talk, like, it's heavy. It's heavy. So, you know, when he say, you don't want to get in this thing and be comfortable. That's why I'm always thinking about the word, or I got my mind somewhere, because I don't want to be comfortable. When I'm out doing something, I don't want to be comfortable, you know? I don't want my household to be comfortable, you know? And when I see somebody comfortable, then I start thinking, man, I don't even think they serious about this. Especially if they under me, I know the Lord dealing with them because they with me. But even while we still here, every Israelite should be trying to show that they serious about this. Literally. Go tell your kids you're going to take them somewhere in 2 days. We're going to go here. We're going to have a lot of fun. I bet you 2 days from that time, them kids going to remember when you said that, and they ready to go. Tell them, yo, in 2 days we about to do this lesson. Watch them sit down and fall asleep. I labor with brothers. Yo, we about to do camp. Brothers is bringing their worldly problems to camp. Yahweh Shema Shai is over all of that. If we was really serious for the Lord, I see brothers that's putting other people before themselves. And they dealing with a whole bunch. As soon as it come to teaching, you see them all getting all in the precepts. Then they wind down. As soon as they about to go home, man, I got to do it all over again. Come back, they'll smile in your face like it ain't nothing. What's moving at? Because in the world, brothers was smoking a blunt. In the world, brothers was drinking. In the world, brothers was doing some mischief. But coming in as true brothers is knowing this is my lot. This is making me tough. To be instant in season to teach, you got to be instant in season and out of season as a believer. I'm using it in 2 ways, man. Instant in season to teach this word. You teaching this word for the sheep. Hold on, I got another precept. Please forgive me. Right, First Timothy chapter 4 and verse 13. And I'm going to drop down to 16. It says, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. This should be in season and out of season. 16. No, verse 15. Meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that fear thee, man. Right? I mean, not fear thee, and them that hear thee. This is a double whammy. So when I'm teaching, I'm doing it even for myself. That's why I say every lesson is not just only for y'all, it's for me too. Even before I do the lesson, I want to make sure I'm believing what I'm reading. It's for me too. But it's for y'all that's hearing it. Let alone my family that see me. This is for y'all too. So if I see somebody taking it lightly, if I see somebody not asking questions, somebody ain't talking nothing about the Lord, especially to me, I'm going to be speaking. Right? Yahweh Shai said when he comes, is it going to be faith in the earth? People really think just because they around somebody that they can't, that they going to be exempt from judgment. Yo, play with Yahweh Shai if you want to. If you show now in your heart you don't care, yo, the MOTB come, Jacob Trouble come, the Lord can sift you away. The Lord set up Judith to betray him. The Lord set up Peter to deny him. You don't think you can get set up? Guess what? They were both walking with the Lord. So literally, some of y'all can be in this truth and you could be really in this truth, and the Lord can really just blow your damn candlestick out and say, I use you for what I needed you for. You know? So, there was another one I needed. Let's get this one. This is oh no, we brought that one out already. We brought that out. So this is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1 to 8 again, but we're gonna read this in the NLT. Pay attention. It said, I solemnly urge you in the presence of the Most High and Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who will someday judge the living and the dead. For this is speaking about Israelites first, right? Of course, the other nations, but the other nations is not living, right? But then in another sense, those that are in the spirit world and those that are on the earth, right? And when he comes to set up his kingdom, preach the word of the Most High. Be prepared whether the time is favorable or not. Be prepared whether the time is favorable or not. Yo, when winter time come, it be colder than a blisket. But guess what? If we don't go out, hey, we could go right to the train station and just be like, yo, let's get warm in there. But it's a blizzard out. Or we could have an in-house lesson, right? Hey, say if I had a decision to go do a camp, but I could be somewhat tired, or my feet hurt, or whatever it is, but then I decide to do a car lesson. Am I still not teaching? Yes. Oh, but brother, you're supposed to be outside. You absolutely right. Guess what? It's 7 days in a week. But I'm not wrong for still teaching, because the Lord put it on Esau's spirit to create YouTube, to create Rumble, to create TikTok, and all these other revenues that we can use to upload a video, to edify the sheep. It says, patiently correct, rebuke, and encourage your people with good teaching. There's got to be good teaching. It didn't say have, it said good teaching, which is correct teaching. It says, for a time is coming when people will no longer listen to sound and wholesome teaching. It's going to happen soon. Very soon. It says, and just imagine that. It's going to be people that say that they was in this truth, and now they don't want to hear wholesome teaching. They will follow their own desires and will look for teachers who will tell them whatever their itchy ears want to hear. That's that Isaiah 36, speak to me smooth things, not right things. They will reject the truth and chase their myths. But you should keep a clear mind in every situation. Don't be afraid of suffering for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Don't be afraid for suffering for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Work at telling others the good news. Work at telling others the good news and fully carry out the ministry of the Most High has given you. As for me, my life has already been poured out as an offering to the Most High. The time of my death is near, right? What did Yahweh Shai say? He was a chosen vessel, fit to suffer. It says, I have fought the good fight. I have finished my race. I have remained faithful. And now the prize awaits me, the crown of righteousness with which the Lord, the righteous judge, Jeremiah 23, 5-8. I will give you on the day of his return. And the prize is not just for me, but for all who eagerly look forward to his appearing. And that's going to be the teachers and you other believers, men and women, right? Come on. Let's get the rest of this information. So again, we are commanded to speak the truth of the scriptures publicly and boldly. Publicly and boldly. Let's get this in Isaiah 58. The classic. This is a super classic. This is Isaiah 58 and verse 1. It says, cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression in the house of Jacob their sins. Oh, brother, why you ain't ready? I'm in the car. Yeah, when we outside, cars is making noise. Things is moving, you know, businesses, factories, you know, yeah, we're going to raise up our voice a little better, right? But guess what? This is still a trumpet. It's my mouth. It's the mouthpiece, right? Speaking the words of the Lord. Let's get Matthew 10 and 7 real quick. This is a higher job, but the more you enjoy doing things for the Lord, the more it becomes easy. Still hard. This is Matthew, the 10th chapter. In verse 6, it says, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. We doing this today. The kingdom coming soon, man. Kingdom consists of kingship and under Yahweh Shai. So sisters, get ready to truly be a wife, to truly be under a man, right? And we saying wives. Even on this side is going to be established. But in that side, you're going to actually be in your right mind. That's when a woman going to truly believe, right? Because like what the elder said in this video I watched yesterday, it's certain little small things, great things and small things you can bring up to a woman that say she believe, and look how she'll act right away. And it's the easy, and I know some of you sisters already know, soon as any one of y'all bump up against that, naturally, that shows you're not a true believer. And me as a man, I have to believe in everything in these scriptures when they broken down and even in their sense. Like, if I don't get it, I got to make sure I can get it. I got to make sure I'm going through these precepts. I got to ask, hey, I need understanding. And eventually, if the Lord dealing with me, I'm going to understand it. Now, if it's a lie, the Lord not going to let me understand it. But if it's my duty to understand it so I can teach it and feed the sheep. It is not, hey, it is what it is. You have to truly accept what is being said in the script. How to accept it is where you don't get in your emotions within yourself. Oh my goodness. And you saying it, oh my goodness, I can't believe he did that. Or whatever. Even some of us men, you know, like when it comes to marriage in the ancient world and all nations. I did this on TikTok where all nations, and I even asked AI to do a deep research on what ages women, parents was arranging their daughters to be married. And most nations said between 12 and 15 or 12 and 14. Now, the apostles teaching it, going deep in the scriptures about information in the ancient world to edify the sheep, because you got to teach this whole thing. You got some disagreeing. Guess what? Instead of me just sitting there like a lump on a log, I got to do research, right? So you gotta be ready to preach the word in all angles, especially when it comes to St. John 14, 1 and 3, about in my Father's house is many mansions. That's not talking about the earth. The earth is a mansion, but in his Father's house, which is all really in all creation, that you can use for the universe, right? It's something outside of here. Yahweh Shai said, I going to prepare a place for you. The kingdom is getting built here. Right? This lesson not on that, but you have to understand that the kingdom is the good news. The good news is, in order for our kingdom to be established, Esau got to be destroyed. How is he going to be destroyed? Some people are like, oh, the Bible's too gory, or it's so much hate. Guess what? That's part of this gospel. You got to teach who the Lord loves, who he don't love. To be racist is a good thing. That means you care for your people. Some people are like, yeah, that is true, but we talking about the Lord. But Yahweh Shai stemmed from a people. He stems from the people, from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, all the way from the loins of David. Right? So, be instant in season, out of season. Be ready at all times when it is convenient and when it's not. So when it is convenient to teach and when it's not. You see that? That's being instant in season and out of season. It's not convenient to go out teaching. It's not convenient right now. Like sometimes my house, everybody could be jumping and making noise. Guess what? Sometimes you might have to just deal with that. If you can hear me and it's still being delivered, like I seen brothers, hey man, be quiet in there, I'm doing a lesson. That brother don't stop the lesson. He be like, wait, hold on, I'm gonna be right back. Open up the door, get out, and then go talk to his kids and then come back and do a lesson. Hey, well, when that lesson hits you in your head, you got to bring it out. It's like a spiritual fart. You got to let it out, right? So let's get this. First Peter's. I hope y'all understand it. I hope those that's watching now and those that's watching later, I hope you getting this, man. You know? Because the only way you're going to hear a repeat for the next few days is by going back to the page and listening to the video. This First Peter chapter 3 in verse 15. It says, but sanctify Yahweh Shema Shai in your hearts, in your mind. Cleanse and purify him in your hearts. And be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks of you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. Right? It was a moment when it was late at night and my wife asked me a question. I'm going to say a dang question because I was in my zone. And I'm like, dang. And I just heard a beep beep. I'm like, dang, man, what's going on? And then I see it was a question. Man, my whole mind went to like, oh, word? I said, hold on. I went to go read, blah, 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 before I just jot and just give an answer. Because you want to observe, you want to examine. Regardless if I think I know something or if I don't, I have to examine. So I examined, I'm like, wait, hold on. Wait a second. Oh. Then I started giving her answers, right? And that goes again, being ready at all time when it's convenient, and when it's not. Let alone, you got to be ready to give an answer. That's the whole point about reading. Especially if I'm out here teaching, I should make. I better be in this thing every time I'm teaching. You better be reading so that somebody give you ask you a question. I used to always think this when we was before HOI, when we was with HOI. What if somebody asked me about the wheats and the tares? Or what if somebody asked me about the MOTB? What if somebody asked me about Esau and I didn't have the precepts? I didn't know. Used to always have my toes or my fingers crossed, and then nobody would come up and ask a question. Then sometimes somebody random will come, and then we talk about anything, and I just don't. I'm bringing out the same 10 precepts. You got to be ready to give an answer, man. Now, if you don't got the answer, it's okay to say, I don't know. I want to get this one in the NLT just like we did 2 Timothy. Just for edification's sake, man. So this is Ecclesiastes, the 11th chapter and verse 4 in the NLT. It says, farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant. If they watch every cloud, they never harvest. That goes in, you got to teach if it's convenient or if it's not, or when it's not convenient. Just as you cannot understand the path of the wind or the mystery of a tiny baby growing in its mother's womb, so you cannot understand the activity of the Most High, who does all things. Plant your seed in the morning and keep busy all afternoon, for you don't know if profit will come from one activity or another, or maybe both, right? So maybe both. So you could be in season teaching, and you could be out of season teaching. You teaching in the winter and in the summer. The sheep gonna know, cause your page, you know. I normally see pastors that's in the church teach mostly on Sunday. They say Bible study and all this other stuff, but even when you see when they teaching, they ain't really going in no real breakdown. They ain't giving you no. If they go into the to a whole New Testament chapter, why that joint never brought them to the Old Testament? Because that's all I don't know. If y'all can hear me, if y'all can hear me, if did anybody just hear me read 2nd Ezra 9? Did anybody hear me read 2nd Ezra 9, verse 4 to 7? Okay, so can y'all hear me right now? Sound like that damn white dude in the commercial. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, I'm about to bring it back out. The water. So this 2nd Ezra 9, verse 3 to 7. Right? So for us to be instant, in season, out of season, we read 1 Timothy 4 where it says, we do these things to save ourselves and those that hear. So when you flip it on the other side, if you are a believer, if you are a student in this thing, if I'm being instant, in season, out of season teaching, us as students, when we look at a teacher, we want to reflect ourselves to be like, I need to be instant, in season, out of season, right? This is 2nd Ezra 9, but you got to think, well, how much can a woman do in this ministry? She's not doing that much. In real honesty, the ministry is about the men. Now, a woman can, make a garment. I'm just doing this because it is women that do certain things for the ministry. Garment, be cooking. But the real ministry is based on teaching, right? And on the other side, you, as what we're about to read in 2nd Ezra 9 and 7, for you to believe, you got to hear the word. So instant, in season, out of season, whatever time it is in the season, make your call and election sure by making sure that you're getting edified, that you're learning, getting closer to the Lord, right? Just wanted to clear it up. 2nd Ezra 9, verse 3, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and the end is manifest, even so the time also of the highest have plain beginnings, and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye believe. So part of the works is not just the law. That is a work. But if you are teaching in season, out of season, that is your work. How you pertain to the church, right? What it say in 1 Timothy 3 and 5, it says, let me start at 4. It says, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of the Most High? Right? And this is one of the biggest jobs on the earth. Not me being a husband, right? Not because it all stems for you to be a teacher, right? It all is going to go back to you being a father, right? If you are a teacher, it goes back to you being a husband, ordering your wife, you know? So again, if a man can't rule his house, how can he take care of the church, right? So if a man is being diligent in his house, let alone keeping himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, he's going to be able to maintain the church. When things need to get fixed in the church, he's going to come and fix it, right? Pipes leaking, toilet plugged, clogged up, he's going to fix it, right? Trying to see. It's probably good. So I'm just gonna continue to keep flowing. Continue to keep flowing. So when we looked at the Ecclesiastes 11:4, don't wait for the perfect time. Just do the work. Right? Again, where they quoted, it says, he that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. Don't wait for the perfect time. Right? When I think we was reading the NLT where it said, where you said, let me see. Just as you cannot understand the path of the wind. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Farmers who wait for the perfect weather never plant. If they watch every cloud, they'll never harvest. So don't wait for the perfect time. Just do the work. Hey, it's sometime, man. Yo, what's the perfect time for me to do a lesson? 12 or what's the perfect time for me to do a live and everybody see? Hey, this, like I just said, these videos is for me to get edified too. It's sometimes where I'll be like, you know what time is good for the sheep? But you got to know, this is YouTube. You can do a screen record. You can do a premium live, a premiere live. I said a premium. I probably said it right. You could do a premiere live, but it's basically recording, and then, yeah, the perfect time is now. Beautifully said, right? Because you can record and then post it, and then you can make a premiere, and it's gonna seem live. Like the one brother, GMS Yawasop Hopeful Elect 777. Sometimes when he say if he might a certain day he might not be able to do a lesson, he'll have lessons already recorded, and then just upload them at that moment. So now it's sometimes what I do, that I'm writing, I'm having my lessons or my chat GBT questions just stored in my phone. So whenever I got my mind either on a chapter and I'm not going to do a lesson in that chapter, I might just go in one of these pocket lessons that I got, and I might just go live. I might just go straight live, But again, what we just said, don't wait for the perfect time. Just do the work, So look, I just took that. I'm taking that even more, I don't try to look for a time frame, but I know we is human, So I'm gonna take that even more. Even though I'm probably doing 3 videos or 4 videos a day, this right here hit. Just do the video, right? Hey, you got time at 9 to do it. Don't wait. And another example can be, you could be waiting because you scrolling on your damn phone. You over here wasting time when you could be delivering this lesson. Now you delivering this lesson, hoping that more people see it. Nah, rebuke that. Or rebuke that in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. Feed the sheep. Feed the sheep. That's what we in this thing for. Feeding the sheep, getting them ready for the coming of Yahweh Shai. Right? Getting them ready for perilous times. So reprove, rebuke, and exhort. Use correction, sharp rebuke, and encouragement, all rooted in scriptures. We already read this, Titus 1:13. Wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith. Right? So it could be a woman, a child. Guess what? Your wife didn't do nothing that pertains to say if it's not a sin, and it just wasn't right for you. It was throwing you off. Nah, babe, yo, you gotta stop. Guess what? You correcting her. That woman, if she's of the faith, like, oh dang, he seen something, he didn't like. All right, okay, babe. Hey, yo, babe, you being a little too clamorous or obnoxious. What's going on? Like you floating? Like, what's good with you, man? Soon as you see he realizing he's saying, he bringing that to your attention, that is a correction. Guess what you got to do? Be instant. Be instant in change. You know? You about to go somewhere, he don't like how you dress, he'd be like, hey, yo, look, babe, nah, that color, I don't know, that's, no, that the see-through a little something, change it, hurry up, instant change, you know? So that's what this thing is about. When you rebuke, it's correct or sharp rebuke. Sometimes it's sharp and it sounds vicious. Hey, sometimes a rebuke is gonna be sharp, right? And through the spirit is really encouragement. Proverbs 27:5, open rebuke is better than secret love. Secretly loving somebody, but you know that they need a correction. Man, F all that secret love. Love is an action in the deed. 1 John 3:18. Right? If I love you, I'm gonna speak it. Hey, and I want my kids to know this. The stuff that I be saying to you is because I love you. If I just let it go and just chill and I'm just holding it in, it's not good in this ministry to be holding, especially for the men of the Lord. It's not good for you to be holding that thing in. I know some brothers might be having argument problems, wife doing this, wife doing that. Hey, brother, it's not good for your health to be holding that in. Let it out so it can get so order can be established. Let it out so she can fix it. Even your children, you know, kids are gonna be kids, but at the end of the day, your kid writing on the wall, they deserve a rebuke. Get that belt. You're not about to wait I'm gonna wait till dad get here and I'm gonna tell him what you did. No, pop that kid. Pop that child. Salaki. My children is not no sacrifice. Pop them children. This Hebrews 3:13. It says, but exhort one another daily. What does exhort mean? Encourage. I'm always telling my household, motivate one another, encourage one another, man. It said right here, but exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. You heard that? But exhort one another daily while it is today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. Right? So exhort means to encourage. Exhortation, encouragement. But this is exhort. Encourage one another daily. Daily. What's daily? 7 days of the week. 30 days in a month. 356 days in this year. That year. Exhort one another daily while it is today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. That's confirmation. Where's the motivation? Right? With all long suffering and doctrine, be patient. Teach sound doctrine and endure hardship of the ministry. I think that's in Timothy. I'm not going to say I think. It is in Timothy. Salaki, forgive me. It is in Timothy. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua and Mashiach. Who is the soldier? Not the women. The men is. This is not Women King. This is not Black Panther. Your war is in the house, sis. Right? Let the man get dirty. Let him get spiritually get blood on. You stay in a safe place. Right? It says, no man that in war entangle himself with the fears of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. Right? No man should be tangle himself with the fears of this life. No woman or no man should be trying to entangle him in the fears of this life. Like getting attached to it, doing something that you so attached to the things of this world that you can't go 1 day or a month without it. Oh man, we were always going out. See, now you acting different. See, now you entangled with this life. Well, one moment I'm not doing it no more. Now I'm brand new. I'm acting funny. Oh no, you better get right. We is not of this world. When you come in this truth, you're not of this world. Right? Gotcha. Let's get this in Galatians. Salaki. Galatians 6 and 9. This is Galatians 6 and 9. It says, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Yo, just remember things that you do for this ministry, things, especially things that are righteous. Because sometimes you could be doing things that don't pertain to the ministry. Like you could just be sitting in a house and you probably watching one of your shows. Of course, like the one elder said, and the one brother, if you watch 5 episodes, they are hour long, and you ain't even read. Through the spirit, you going off. Cause now you giving more time to your pleasures, and you ain't even match that time. It's sometimes I do that too, right? And I can rebuke myself, you know. But then what makes it even worse? What if you doing all that and you didn't even read? It's a difference. What if I read 2 chapters and I read 7 TV shows? It's still a balance. You still human. You still gonna enjoy something. But us being a teacher, preaching in season, out of season, you gotta be thinking about the sheep. When you watching them TV shows, you watching 20 TV shows, you watch 3 movies. You ain't think shit about the sheep. You ain't drop not one video, brother. Um, Dang, where is it? I had it in my head. What was it? Dang, dang, dang. Sugar dang. Dang. I'm sorry, y'all. I had it. Mm, 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 mm. Let us not be weary and well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. I'm sorry, y'all. I lost it. So again, let us not be weary in well doing. Don't be weary in the good that you do. Now I know some men or some women might feel like they ain't like we'll put a burden on ourselves to say we're not good enough. I say I'm not good enough spiritually because I'm talking to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Somebody, oh man, yo, you on fire, man. Shoot, I still need to do better. That's just a humbling response. That's how I feel because I don't want to blow my head up. Now, it is good when somebody else esteem you like, man, that was good. That's nice. Guess what? You already said I did good. That's you. But I have to respond in a humble way. You know, hey, it's all how about Shema Shai that's guiding me to do this lesson. But when we press on it and be wary, oh my goodness, you got some people that are like a sister or a brother, they doing this and doing that, and then complain to somebody else. You know, don't be weary and well doing. Actually, let me do this. Let me be even player. Let's go to this. Let's go to Galatians 6 and 9 and read in the NLT. It says, so let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. So don't get tired of doing what is good, right? And what is good? The things that pertain to Yahweh Shem Shai. Oh, I give $1 to people. That's good. I mean, that's good too. But it all pertains to the things of the scriptures, you know? Because even scriptures say don't give to a sinner, which is people of this world. Now, with some instance, you giving it because, okay, it's here, blah, blah, blah. But in most cases, what's more beneficial is somebody coming in the faith or somebody in the faith. Like a brother could be short $40 and you might have it. Or, hey, what if you don't have it, but you have it and you like, dang, man, if I give you this 40, I'm going to only have 100. And then you give that 40 through the spirit. How does that look? That reminds you of the woman in the gospel where they all was given a partial and she gave her last. He said, man, she gave more than all of y'all because she gave her last, which she don't have. And you gave a partial. So always try to do good, especially for your brother's teaching. This is good right here, doing a lesson. I'm not going to only just sit here and say, I'm going to get saved because I did a lesson. No, I know that this is beneficial for the elect, but I want the Lord to see me teach his word correctly. I want the Lord to see, to hear me say, I don't want to teach anything false. I want the Lord to see me praying to him. I want the Lord to see how I did with my brothers. I want the Lord to see me how I'm thinking about the things that my brothers go through, and then examine me. Not to say, you're better than me, or oh, you going through this and I'm not, and the Lord not dealing with me. No, to be able, to be able to show my brothers that I'm there for them. If you want to talk about it, or hey, guess what, bro? I can go through this, but I know you going through something greater than me. To show my brother that I could actually see what he going through. I want the Lord to see that I care for my brother, you know, instead of what I was doing in my past against my brothers. I want the Lord to see how I care for the woman that want to be a wife or want to come in this faith. Even though most women is some gremlins, but in some cases you're gonna have a woman that wants to zip her mouth, that want to learn. Even in another example, that a woman wants to be an example of a wife, to do the best, to be a man's peace, not to bump against him. You know, if it is women out there, you know, outside of the women that brothers have as a wife, you know, continue to do what you want to continue to do what you're doing, right? I want the Lord to see how I'm being at peace with all men, even though I can't stand I can't stand these Edomites, these African booty scratchers, these Chinese Ling Long posts, and I can't stand niggas. But I want the Lord to see that I can have some discipline, that I can have some decor. I want the Lord to see that I'm being a student. I want the Lord to see that I want to learn. I want the Lord to see that I can be a great father, that I can be a good father, that I could be a great listener, that I could be a great leader, that I could be a great rebuker. I want the Lord to see all aspects of me, not if I teach, I'm gonna get saved. No, I want to do anything to get saved, right? If that's being consistent with faith, which I always want that. I don't want to faint from that. And this is for all of y'all. These little attributes I just said is the same that I want for the elect. The same you should want for yourself. The same you should want for your daughters. The same you should want for your sons. Right? So again, let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. Right? Like it's people that are busybodies for wickedness. Through the spirit, you could be a busybody for righteousness. You know? Some of you women might have mad fabric. And you might be like, man, I'm about to make these garments. And hey, yo, love, I'm not gonna only make garments for you, I'm about to make garments for all the brothers. It's some women that's getting on some of the brothers of great millstone. They most likely probably single, or they probably married, and they asked their husband, and they mailed out a garment to one of the elders. You know, it's single sisters giving out garments to brothers of great millstone, man. You know, he probably got 5 guys. Man, I like the way you teach. Guess what? You doing good for the brothers of the ministry. You doing a good deed in the spirit. Cause you guess what? You putting a shirt on the men of the Lord's back. Do you know what that is? That's you putting a garment on Yahushua in the spirit, man. That's in Matthew the 25th chapter. You clothe Yahushua. You know? Think about it. Let's get this. This is Titus 2:1. It says, but speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. Right? Because this is the last verse we're going to bring. In NLT, it says, as for you, Titus, promote the kind of living that reflects wholesome teaching. Wholesome teaching. Right? Right? We want to promote the kind of living that reflects wholesome teaching. We want to give out good doctrine. We want to give out good teaching. You know what else we want to give out? Good examples. 1 John 3:18. Right? My little children, don't love in tongue or word, but love in deed and truth. We want to love in action. Right? So if we bringing out correct or wholesome teaching, make sure as a believer you're bringing wholesome action, right? You being truthful with your brothers and your sisters, right? So to sum this all up, you are called to preach the word with urgency, brothers. Boldness. You got to be bold, man. Correction, patience. It's not about personal feelings or timing, right? It's not about emotions and feelings, man. And this is not about timing. Don't you know every minute? Like if the fire's still on me, if I got 5 more minutes after I get done, do a quick lesson. You know? If and this another thing. If the spirit is promoting it, right? Because you gotta know the spirit goes in your mind. If your mind process having 5 precepts, and you already know if you bring it out, it's gonna go into 10. That could be a sign right there. Go do that lesson. You might have precepts somewhere in your notebook that you didn't even bring out. Go bring it out. Maybe the spirit might draw you and say, "Hey, yo, go read your notes." And you're reading through your notes. You're like, "Oh, dang, oh snap!" And now that thought came in your mind, and you start thinking about other precepts. Hey, if that power is in your mouth, power in your voice, hey, go bring it out. Right, the best time right now. It says it's about the mission to wake up the elect and feed the flock. Right. Let me just get these other last two. Ezekiel 3:17. It says, oh, so like I went to 17 chapter. This Ezekiel 3:17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me." How am I hearing the word of mouth? I'm hearing the other brothers teach, the other apostles teach. They're delivering this word. And even if I already got lessons, you know, I'm even building up myself. Each one teach one, right? He might be doing a lesson and I'm not doing, like, ooh, snap. Ooh, he going into the Leviathan. Oh, let me hear that. And then I might be saying, yo, like the power of the creation of the Lord. You can't even, your imagination haven't even went that far yet. You don't even know all the other creations the Lord has, unless it can just pop up, right? And the Lord, guess what? He said, therefore hear the word in my mouth. Like I just used as an example as a teacher. Like right now, I'm hearing the words of Yahweh Hashem Shai through Ezekiel, but it's the Lord speaking, you know? And he said, give them warning of me. So now after I hear it, now I'm gonna be pushed to go give the people warning. Yo, the Lord coming. Yo, I just seen a blood moon. The Lord coming. Chariots. Yo, a brother just brought out false teaching. Hey, yo, sheep, beware of false teachers. Don't have itchy ears watching. Make sure you solid in the understanding, because some people cannot be solid and they can be moved. If you can be moved to and fro, you are not 10 toes down, right? So again, verse 18, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way. And I just said, rebuke to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. Ain't no excuses. If somebody going off Genesis, I'm sorry. If you teaching that ain't no eternal life, nobody's going to be living forever, you went off, right? And the lesson that's going to be upload, hey, I rebuke that false teaching in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And there's multiple brothers. Zion, he already did one. I think Jeremiah did one, right? At the end of the day, you know, you giving Jake, you going to deteriorate Jake's faith in the Lord. You telling me we about to go through all of this, and then we going to get in the kingdom and still keep dying? Y'all, a lot of people say heaven's on the earth, but you don't think farther, which we're going to see great things that, don't you know it's other living places on the earth that haven't been searched? You don't believe that, like certain, with the Lord, that we're going to be able to find other living salvations, other living places or realms within earth? Why is Esau still searching? Because it's more, right? This whole earth hasn't been searched out. Then you think we just gonna be stuck here where everybody's gonna see the Yahweh Shai and the angels, and we ain't gonna be able to soar and fly with them. Oh yeah, brother, we gonna be able to do that. Yo, them chariots, we in this normal body can't get in them damn chariots, and them chariots can move in a certain speed that we can't even move in this body. Them chariots can go deep down in the ocean. They can go out of the atmosphere. Right? You gotta have faith in Yahweh Shem Shai when it comes to the volume of the book. You know? So because I was so hit and plagued in the mind, if through the spirit, me knowing and then having precepts, you know, I'm gonna say something. So that was a rebuke video, man. You know? I'm not friends with him, so it's just out there for the sheep. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So we supposed to be warning each other. If I say something wrong, you know, the slip of the tongue, either I'ma see it or another brother be like, yo, bro, nah, you said this, you said the precept wrong. Then I get to go hurry up and correct it. Guess what that was? He rebuked me, even if he said, yo, I love you, man. How you doing? You doing good? He was like, yeah, yo, I came across your video and you by accident said Yahuwah. Like, would you explain? I said, then I gotta go rehear the video. I'm like, oh snap, I said Yahuwah. Oh, yo, Salaki, everybody, yo, I did say Yahuwah. Da da da. Yo, this is a correction video. When you get rebuked, you get to fix it. You know, when your kid's stealing a cookie, you pop them and tell them don't do it again. Guess what? All them time, that whole time, them cookies is still on the table and they didn't touch them cookies. Guess what? They fixed it. And what they're fixing is gaining the trust back. That I can have you around the snacks. You can go in the refrigerator by yourself. You know? To get rebuked, guess what? That don't mean the end of the world. You get to fix it. Right? This is what the Lord sent us here to do. Right? To build up the tabernacle. Let's get this and then we close. And this is St. John 21 and verse 17. It says, and he saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahweh Shai saith unto him, feed my sheep. Peter is the rock of the church. So he's really symbolic to the elect teachers, man. So for you men that's picking up this sword, like when you pick up this sword, it's no putting it back down. You got to really use this sword and feed the sheep. Feed the sheep, man. And make sure that it's under sound doctrine and you bring it forth 100% truth. 1 John 2 and 21. Can't no lie be of the truth. And if it's no lie of the truth, that means all in this Bible is 100% truth. You know? So Lord willing, this edifying. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, teach well through the Spirit. Almighty Shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit, teach His word and believe in His word. Shalom to the Akwat Yom, believers in His faith and His truth. Lord willing, you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. With that, Shalom, Shalom, Abba, Abba. Be instant in and out of season.